Hare Krishna, good evening. Welcome all of you all for our Wednesday evening Ramayana Katha. So we are in the third chapter. So we have completed the midst of the third chapter. What's the verse number, Bagaji? We stopped last week.
29.
29. Okay. Okay, fine. So we'll just take fast recap. Valmiki ji is now composing the Ramayana based on the inputs given by Narad Muni and by the blessing and the yogic power given to him by Brahmaji and the instruction of Brahmaji for him to compose the Ramayana. So he has started composing, and I think we have completed up till uh, 29. No, he had completed before Sundarakanda.
Prabhuji, you said 29th verse, we will discuss it again.
Hmm. Okay, fine. So there is just we are starting with the Sundarakand. So before we go ahead, I'd like to have a small discussion on yeah 22. The composition mentions Lord Rama's meeting with Shabari and the eating of those fruits and roots offered by her with great devotion, and thus the relief of all his grief. His meeting with Hanuman and on the bank of Pampa Lake is also described. I just wanted to go a little deep in that verse first, and then we could discuss verse number 29 also. So here, this verse clearly mentions that Rama accepted the fruits and the roots offered by Shabari. But when the same good devotee, Guha, very close friend, in fact, in Adhyatma Ramayana, it is mentioned Guha himself took the boat and rowed them across the Ganges. But of course, in Ramcharitmanas, the Kevat story is there, and in Valmiki Ramayan, some other boatman came, was a relative of, or from the same clan of Guha, and he rowed him the other side. So here the question arises, how come Rama did not accept Guha's offering, whereas he accepted the offering of Shabari? This is discussed very nicely by Acharyas in two ways. One is the purity in devotion. It is said, Lord reciprocates with ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stheva bhajamyam. As one surrenders, Lord reciprocates. And secondly, it is always said, devotion directed towards God directly without having a guru is always supposed to be for an inferior quality and not accepted by God. In case of Shabari, Matanga Rishi, she had served Matanga Rishi, she had served the Vaishnavas, the sadhus over there, and they had blessed her. And Matanga Rishi, as a guru, had guided her, told her, now you chant the name of Lord, and Rama himself will come one day and give you this audience. And the same thing, she had faith. She never knew who Rama was, but she had faith. Faith in two ways. Yes, faith in the words of the Acharya or the Guru. And she was daily preparing the fruits and keeping it ready for Lord's arrival. She never knew when Lord will come. So she used to keep the food ready. And that shows faith. I'll tell you a small story on faith. There was a big gathering in a village. There was no rain in the village the whole month. That year it was like famine, and everyone was wondering what is going to happen. So they all decided that they're going to do a puja, a ritual, and by that ritual, it's supposed to rain. So the entire village went for the puja. But one small boy, he went to the puja, but with an umbrella in his hand. Everyone laughed at him. Fool, Why have you come with an umbrella? There is no rain right now. That is the reason why we are praying to God. And why are you carrying this umbrella for nothing? He said, I have faith in the puja. That worship, I've got faith that the minute the puja will get over, the worship will get over, there is going to be. So one who is having devotion, faith in devotion, only can progress in devotion. अगर हम लोग एक आधे मन से भक्ति करें, हाँ भाई, माइट बी भगवान आएंगे नहीं आएंगे क्या पता, जो भी हो कर लेता हूँ. No, like that should not be the attitude. That should be with proper conviction. Yes, I will do it. That is most important. Coming to the point of another point is the love and affection. There is another beautiful story from Maharashtra. Maharashtra has got a lot of nice pure devotees. All of you must have heard the name Sakubai. She was an ardent devotee of Panduranga, Vithala. She was married a little far off from Pandharpur, and she used to always remember God, chant His name, but had never seen Pandrinath. She had never seen Vithala. She used to always sing the Lord's glories. But when she got married, there was too much of torture, the typical troublesome mother-in-law and husband and everyone torturing her, daily slapping her, beating her, physically bashing her up, and never getting satisfied with her service. She used to do her best of her service. They used to just find out faults, and one day it so happened that, but the best part of Sakubai was she used to never complain to God. God, see, I am doing your devotion. Oh, see, you're troubling me. Please come and save me from this trouble. This is the speciality of quality of a devotee. एक भक्त की पहचान ये होती. What happens when a devotee sincerely does devotion? He doesn't put his problems in front of God. When we hear the story of Prahlad Maharaj being tortured n number of ways by Hiranyakashipu, कभी सांप के कुएं में डाल दिया, तो कभी पानी में डाल दिया, कभी पहाड़ से गिरा दिया, कभी आग में जलाने की कोशिश की. There was no way left to torture Prahlad. And every time he used to go happily. And he used to come out also safe and sound because Lord is protecting him. He never told God, Lord, why are you troubling me so much and torturing me so much? Because he could see God everywhere. So this is the quality. So Sakubai also never complained. And Sakubai, when one day had gone to the river to fetch some water, Krishna River, there she saw these Varkaris. Right now, the season of Ashadi is going on. All Varkaris are walking towards Pandharpur. It's so divine. It is said, if one cannot go for Ashadi, one cannot go to Pandharpur, one who takes the darshan of these Varkaris, because it is not in few hundreds, it's in thousands, it's in lakhs. And they have come from all villages, all towns, only for the happiness of the Lord. The ladies usually carry one tulsi plant to symbolize their love towards God. And it's said by the time they go walking, reaching over the tulsi grows big enough to have a small flower, manjari. And the able men, they carry kartal and mridang, and they keep on singing and dancing the glories of Vithala throughout the day. So when Sakubai was there, she saw nicely they were carrying the water. She was also happy. Wow, they are all going to take darshan. Let me also go and take darshan of Lord. So immediately she told them, can I join you? Said, please join us, no problem. She started going. But everywhere there are people who are called as gossip mongers. They are always busy. दूसरे क्या कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में उनको ज्यादा खबर रहती है, खुद के बारे में खबर कम रहती है, दुनिया के बारे में खबर ज्यादा रहती है. So one lady saw and immediately came rushing to her mother-in-law and told her, look, your daughter-in-law is going to Pandharpur without even informing you, and you are so cool, lenient. You're not controlling your daughter-in-law. Immediately, mother-in-law, her husband, her father-in-law all went there, gave her a nice beating, dragged her to home, again beat her a lot, and tied her to a pole inside the house. Let's see how you're going to also see. तो हिल नहीं सकोगी यहाँ से. बांध दिया उसको एक खंबे के साथ, खूंटे के साथ बांध दिया उसको. And there she is praying to Pandrinath, hey Lord, hey Bhagavan, I just wanted to come and take your darshan and see I'm not able to come. Please forgive me. She never said, again, I'm getting tied up and you're not helping me, nothing. But there, Lord, in Pandharpur, was very upset. So Rukmani Devi asked, why are you upset? You're always smiling. Today you're not smiling. You seem to be thoughtful. Yes, one of my devotees is in stress, been tied to a pole. So I'm thinking of helping her. And in a few minutes, Lord dressed up exactly like Sakubai, another lady, and went to her. And he's Lord, he doesn't need to open the door and enter. He quietly entered in and he told her, hey Saku, you wanted to go to Pandharpur, right? Go. Arey, how can I go? Look at me, I'm tired. And secondly, my mother-in-law, if I go, she will again catch me and again beat me. Don't worry, I will take care. I will take care. I will do the work, household work till you come. And she was none. And she first she asked, who are you? She said, I'm your friend. We meet in the riverside, daily filling water. We come. You don't remember because you are always singing Lord's glory. But I was wondering today, I did not see you. That's why I came. No problem. You go. Sakubai was so enchanted, so focused in meeting the Lord. She immediately, and as soon as Lord untied her, Lord, who was in the form of a lady, untied her, went. She said, don't worry. Before you go, Lord said, you tie me the same way you are tied. So Sakubai tied her. Her means Lord, and she went. Lord made the arrangements and she quietly went unnoticed. And she reached. Here, Lord was tied. When Lord enters the house, that is why we always say one should have a nice deity in the house and should do nice worship. Then the presence of Lord makes things much better. Immediately, Lord presence changed the heart of her husband. In the middle of the night, the husband came to her, untied her, and said, oh, why you are behaving like this? Why we are forced to be strict on you and do all this? You sit down. And somehow he felt very sad for her. He went to the kitchen, cooked something for her, and fed her also. He was feeding the Lord, none other than the Lord himself. Because the Lord has now taken the form of Sakubai and staying there. And then slowly things changed. Took her hand in his hand. And then when you have Lord's hand in your hand, definitely your consciousness, your thought process, everything changes drastically. He said, don't worry. Now you change yourself into a nice lady. She said, yes, definitely I'm going to change. I'm not going to go to Pandharpur, she said. And then the mother-in-law also started having a change in her thought process. She also became a little lovable. There in Pandharpur, when she saw Pandrinath, she was in ecstasy. So much so in ecstasy, there are some signs of, ecstasy. They say, Ashru Girna, tears flowing from your eyes, your hair standing erect, then you're having, so twitchings in your various parts of the body. And the ultimate is supposed to be you even leave your body. And the same thing happened. She felt all the 8 signs of Mahabhava. And finally, she left the body. She died in Pandharpur. So everyone was crying, "Arey, she died. So let's take her out." So they took her out of the temple. And there, a few villagers from that village, they saw her. Arey, this is Sakubai from our village. And now she has died. Now I don't think her in-laws are going to come. Let's perform the final rites here. So they perform the final rites of Sakubai in Pandharpur itself. What a glorious way to die in front of the Lord. And cremation was also in Pandharpur. Now, when the cremation was done, the body was burnt. Rukmani was wondering, now my husband is stuck over there and he's working as Sakubai. How will I release my husband? Immediately she went to the crematorium. She is also Jagdamba. She's not an ordinary personality. Just few drops of water she put, and there her burnt body became alive. And Sakubai said, thank you for reviving me. But why did you revive me? I was very happy. So, no, serving you, my husband is standing there. Please go and help him. Bring him out. How can I, how will I do it? You just go and things will happen. So she started going towards Pandharpur. One fine day, Lord knew that she is coming. So Lord quietly told the mother-in-law, I'm going out to get water. I'll come in some time. And Lord went, and in a few minutes, the original Sakubai came back. And she was shocked to see her mother-in-law in a new transformed personality. Her husband, her father-in-law, they're all lovable. Now they were not punching her and beating her. And it was totally different. In the meantime, these Brahmanas of the village who had burnt Sakubai, they happened to come back to the village. Program was over, Ashadi Ekadashi was over, and they came back. And they came and told her mother-in-law, we are informing you, if you want, you can do some puja or part. Your daughter-in-law has died, we have burnt her. Your mother-in-law is saying, oh, have you gone mad? Fool. Today morning also she has prepared nice lunch for us. She has made nice food. She has done all the household work. How you are saying my daughter-in-law is dead? Call her. We have burnt with our own hands. How do you say that? Immediately she was called. And these people were also perplexed. The Brahmanas were also telling the truth. The mother-in-law was also telling the truth. At that time, she broke down in tears and love of God narrated the whole story. The minute the story was told, immediately the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, and husband all fell at her feet. Said, it is because of your mercy we could have Lord himself in our house. Then the whole village was glorifying her. Now, what was the reason why God did this? Can anyone give me an answer to this? Why God could have, in fact, solved our problem, killing the villains, like every time he comes, Rakshasas he kills, and then the devotees are happy. But here, what was the purpose behind it? I'd like someone to answer. Yeah. Come on. Damini, Puja Mataji, fast. Requesting all of you to put on your videos, please.
Guruji, Hare Krishna. To glorify the devotee.
Yes. To glorify the devotee and highlight the devotee's qualities. भगवान हमेशा भक्तों का गुणगान गाते हैं ताकि भक्तों का नाम बड़ा हो जाए. If this entire 15 days, God is, 15-20 days, God has been serving his mother-in-law, the villains, the mother-in-law, father-in-law, husband and all, making food, preparing food, getting water from the river, everything. Why would he do all this? This is only for the devotees. That is why it is said, he is Bhakta Vatsala. That is the greatness. Same thing we can see with respect to Shabari also. The same we will see further also. And now with Hanuman also, he reciprocates the same way. How many of you saw the Rath Yatra this year on TV? How many of you saw the Jagannath original Rath Yatra? Right? Lord did not move the first day, you know that? Lord's Ratha did not move the first day. It was hardly, it moved a few inches, but it was as it is. Even the second day, it did not move. The end of the second day, it moved a little. Why? Lord was waiting for some devotee. See, one has to understand, Jagannath is none other than the Lord, but he is more in a loving, what do you say, loving reciprocation with devotees. Tell you a beautiful example. ऑल ऑफ यू नो जगन्नाथ जी 15 दिन के लिए बीमार हो जाते हैं, कितने लोगों को पता है? अच्छा, कब बीमार गिरते हैं? टेल मी दैट फर्स्ट.
जी वो स्नान यात्रा के बाद ना,
स्नान यात्रा के दिन के बाद भगवान 15 दिन बीमार हो जाते हैं एंड 15 दिन के बाद ठीक होते हैं. हाउ डज दिस हैपन? 15 डेज भगवान क्यों बीमार होते हैं? पर भगवान बीमार होना था तो कभी भी हो सकते हैं. स्नान यात्रा के बराबर 15 डेज का गैप में क्यों होता है? एंड भगवान कैसे बीमार हो सकते? टेल मी, कैन गॉड फॉल सिक? फिर भगवान में और हम में क्या अंतर है? So there's a very nice story of Madhav Das. Madhav Das was a very great devotee of Lord Jagannath. Very childhood, he went to Jagannath and he stayed there, and he was a very sincere devotee of Lord Jagannath. In his old age, he developed a very funny disease, a disease by which he would pass urine motion, and his stomach used to not be in control and in a very bad state. So, and he had no one to take care of him also. He used to sometimes stay in dirty, soiled clothes, where he has passed his motion and urine. The same clothes he used to stay because he was so old he could not get up and wash them also. Lord, seeing his problems, came running. And in his original Swarupa, he washed his clothes. He cleansed him, he gave him bath, everything he used to do. He asked God, God, why have you in your personal form come here to serve me? आपके स्वरूप में आके आपका काम है क्या? ये सबसे गंदा काम है, आप ये कर रहे हो, इतना सब काम कर रहे हो, उससे अच्छा मेरा बीमारी ठीक कर दो. अगर आपको इतना ही मेरा कंसर्न है तो कर दो. लॉर्ड से वो मैं नहीं कर सकता. लॉर्ड सेड, I cannot do that. Asked, why you can't do that? But that is your karma reaction, you have to bear it. I cannot do anything for it. You have to fulfill your karma reactions. Some karma reactions you have done earlier, now you will fulfill it, then you will be ready to go back to what? He said, I don't want. Sorry, I would rather die rather than seeing you suffer like this. Lord said, don't worry. 15 days more are left for you to suffer like this. You become all right. For 15 days, I will take up your karmas and I will fall sick. That is the reason why this is celebrated, this after Snan Yatra, why Lord falls sick for 15 days. He actually takes the karma reactions of his devotee because he is so lovable. And why he has to take the karma reaction? He can just say, shoo, zero. The karma reactions are gone. He is the biggest personality. उनको कोई पूछने वाला तो है नहीं. Law of karma सब उनके हाथ में है. No, he doesn't want to change the law of karma because that is a flat for everyone. But there's main purpose behind doing this is अगर वो 15 दिन उनको बीमारी सह लेते हैं, if he bears the disease for 15 days, Madhav Das becomes liable to go back to God. You have to understand, Lord is all merciful. Be it Shabari, be it Sakubai, be it Madhav Das, Lord interacts. And that is what Lord is doing in the Swarupa of Lord Rama, not only just with Sakubai, with Shabari. He's going to interact with very other devotees. So coming back to verse number 29. Then it describes the entering of Hanuman into Lanka at night and all alone thinking about how to search for Sita Mata. And then in the process of searching, he sees the places of liquor consumption inside secure personal chambers. Read one more and then we'll discuss that. It describes Hanuman seeing Ravana, his Pushpak aircraft, the Ashok one, and also seeing Sita. So, entering into Lanka at night, did I describe last week? The immigration officer.
Yes, Prabhuji. आपने आधा किया था.
Yes, the immigration officer Lankini was sitting there. She was none other than an Apsara cursed to become an Rakshasi. And there, this Rakshasi was standing there. Hanuman reaches there in the middle of the night, evening, late evening, not in the middle of the night, late evening. And he was entering into Lanka. And there she stopped. She said, "Hey, where are you going, you monkey?" I'm just going to, I'm a tourist monkey. I've come to tour. I'll have some fruits. I'll see some nice places in your country and I'll go back. You can't go inside, she said. After a big altercation, Hanuman finally gives a tight slap with his left hand backside. That must, you can understand. If he had given the open right side stab, how it would have been. And Lankini immediately vomited blood. And she said, "Now you're fit to go. I know who are you or who you are." Because Brahmaji, when I was cursed, I asked Brahmaji, when will I be relieved of my curse? That time Brahmaji said, "Don't worry, the day a monkey comes and gives you a slap, understand, Ravana's end has come. Ravana का अंत आ गया है और अब आप उस दिन से आप भी जा सकते हो, because you won't be required, because Ravana is not going to survive. And that's why you never see the mention of Lankini after this, only in this, till this point. After that, the entire Yuddhakand, there is no mention of Lankini. So immediately, Hanuman sets on this mission for entering. The biggest mission is how to identify Sita. He didn't have a photo of Sita. No, in those days, there was no photography. So there's no question of any thing. All he knew was Sita was Mata Lakshmi, so she must be beautiful. But the problem is, when he entered the various chambers, there were so many queens, lakhs of queens Ravana had. Each one more beautiful than the other. So Hanuman was wondering, इनमें से कौन सीता है? And ढूंढना है, तो सब जगह जाके ढूंढना पड़ेगा. You cannot say, I will search in only one place and other place I will not search. That is why this verse is mentioning. Then in the process of searching, he sees the places of liquor consumption inside secure personal chambers. ऐसे ऐसे जगह पे जाके देखा जहां पे ladies were also drinking. Secure chambers मतलब inner chambers with their husbands, with their partner, whatever you call it. They were drinking and enjoying sensual pleasure. So don't think drinking is not a today's activity. It was there much before. But the only difference was today every common man is also drinking. But in earlier days, only the Rakshasas used to drink. It was a drink of the Rakshasas and Asuras. So, the process of these places, he was wondering. And he was seeing so many, he saw many women enjoying sensual pleasure, some in half nude position, half dressed and half nude. And, various chambers, each and every house he is going and searching. Sita kahan hai, because he doesn't know whether she's been locked in some chamber or in the palace, where she is, no idea. Kept on searching. Then for a minute he felt, am I doing something wrong? I am a brahmachari. As a brahmachari, I am not supposed to see other women. And here, what to talk about seeing women? He is seeing women in enjoying sensual pleasures or in naked state. Then he said, I am not doing anything wrong because I am only in the process of serving my master. भगवान श्री राम का मैं कार्य करने में मैं लगा हूं और मुझे ऐसे वक्त मुझे भगवान पे अपना नाम ध्यान देना है और भगवान का नाम जपना है. I have to chant the holy name of the Lord, focusing my mind on God and do the work. What is Hanumanji teaching us also? We are also supposed to do our work. For whatever activities we are into, we are supposed to do that. But in that process, please understand, we may get carried away. When you're working in the material world, there are bright chances that you may get carried away or lured to those type of enjoyments. Because we interact with people who are womanizers, drunkards, bad people also in your job, in your office, you have to interact with these type of people also. But इसका मकसद क्या है? इसका अर्थ क्या है? we are supposed to stay away from these lurements. And how can you stay away from these lurements? It is only possible when your mind is focused on God and you are always chanting the name of the Lord. And that's what Hanumanji did. Hanuman got the power of traveling from one end of the country to the other end, the other country, that is from Gandhamadhan Parvat to Mahendragiri Parvat to Lanka. He could fly because he had chanted the holy name of the Lord. It is said by the time he could complete Jai Shri Ram, he landed. तो कितना बड़ा नाम लिया रहेगा उसको. Very fast. Secondly, in these places also, when he was watching all those scenes, which he was not desiring to watch, but he was watching in the process of searching for Sita. Please understand, many people desire to watch these dirty things, but Hanuman was forced to see because he was in the process of searching Sita Mata. And after seeing all that, he was sad. Sita Mata kahin bhi nahi mil rahi. But he had to go and near each and every woman, he had to go near and see whether she is Sita, because it was dark. He had to go and see nearby. And some women, the mouth, they were smelling alcohol was coming. Smell of alcohol was coming. So he was disgusted. But the most important was, finally, when he saw Ravana, he went into Ravana's chamber, he saw Ravana. For a split second, he was also wondering what a handsome person he is. Undoubtedly, Ravana was a very handsome person. But what is the use of beauty when the character of a person is lost? So beauty is not what beauty is. Beauty is what beauty does. It's very sad that such a handsome personality, which is strong, well-built personality, but he is looking, he was swayed away or deluded from his original path, and he was doing all wrong activities. Next to next to Ravana was Mandodari. Mandodari was also very beautiful. She was Mayadhanam's daughter. So she was also very beautiful. For a split second, Hanuman saw and thought, oh, this is that beautiful Sita, I have found her, and started jumping. Seeing Mandodari, he was jumping, started taking his tail and kissing his tail. That's what monkeys do when they're too happy. They catch the tail and start kissing it. But after a few seconds, he realized, no, this cannot be Sita. Sita is not a person who would sleep happily or without anything in any man's room. Definitely, this must be someone else and not Sita. Then finally, searching here and there, he becomes sad. He thinks for a minute, might be Ravan ने उसको खा गया होगा, या उसने आत्महत्या कर लिया होगा, something of that sort. And by the time it was dawn, पूरा रात वो ढूंढते निकल गया है. The whole night he spent in searching, and it was dawn. And when dawn time came, he was sitting on one of the wall and he saw a beautiful garden, little far away from all these palaces. Hanuman said, might be, let me check. My luck is good, I'll find Sita over there. Because he was confident Sita is there somewhere. Because Sampati had told, yes, I can see Sita strolling in Lanka. So he knew for sure Sita is there. So he went to that Ashoka Vatika, where Sita was sitting, crying for Rama, with all her ornaments, whatever ornaments she had, all hung up on the tree. And she was very sad. That is the time when he was happy that I have seen Sita. So now the big challenge was how he's going to communicate with Sita and how we're going to hand over the Mudrika to her. That's a big story. We'll discuss when we'll enter that. Yeah, please read the next verse, Mataji.
Prabhuji, 31,
Yeah,
right?
31.
Then the giving of the identification ring of Lord Rama to Sita Mata, Hanuman talking with her, the demoness threatening Sita Mata, and the dreams of Trijita are also explained.
So there's a big understanding of this is one of the crux, or the rather the huge content Sundarkand, where he gives his identification ring of Rama to Sita Mata, explains to her about the well-being of Sita and Rama, and he's saying that Rama is also eager to find her and come and serve her, and then the demons, all the demons threaten Sita on the word of Ravana. Ravana immediately comes and tells her that you become mine or I will kill you. You got only 2 more months. And he tells the demons, those demonesses, those rakshasis over there, उसको बोलो मुझसे शादी कर ले नहीं तो मैं उसको खा जाऊंगा. I'll make her my breakfast. So immediately all the demons started troubling her. शादी कर ले नहीं तो तुझे बच्चा खा जाएगा, this and that. And then Trijata comes. Trijata is none other than daughter of Vibhishan. And Vibhishan's daughter comes and says, hey, stop. Don't trouble her. Either Ram and Lakshman will come and kill you for sure. And then she tells Sita Maya, who was very much dejected and he was, literally in the verge of dying. He tells her, don't worry. I just had a dream in the morning, and the morning dreams always come true. And there she saw bad omens for Ravana and good omens for Sita and Ramchandraji. He sees Ravana sitting on a chariot drawn by asses, going to the southern side, and Ravana drinking oil and laughing like a madman. ये सब देखने के बाद समझ में आया कि ये मृत्यु के संकेत थे. So Ravan is going to die soon, and Ramchandraji will come and protect. Continue, Mataji.
It also mentions the giving of the jewel hairpin by Sita to Hanuman, and the destruction of trees and garden by Hanuman. Then the running away of the demons out of fear of Hanuman and his killing of the guards are also described.
Yes, there is a big thing where the guards are all killed. And read the next verse also, then I will explain.
Yeah. It also mentions the capturing of Hanuman, the son of Vayu, and his burning of Lanka along with his fierce roaring, his flying back from Lanka, and his taking away of the honey kept for Sugriv.
This is back in Kishkinda. Okay, the honey part is there in Kishkinda. Now let's a big gap, leap of story, and just I'll bridge it and explain to you. And the reasons behind why did Hanuman burn Lanka? Why did Hanuman kill so many Rakshasas, including Akshay Kumar? Akshay Kumar also was killed. One of the sons of Ravana was also killed. So let's understand this detail. What was the job given to Hanuman by Ramchandraji? Find where Sita is. That's it. So this is the quality. Servants have got three types of servants are there. One who don't obey their master's duty. One who just completes the job given to him by his master. But the third or the best quality of servants are those who not only fulfill this master's duty, but do something more which will be pleasing and helpful to the master. And Hanuman comes under that category of sevak. He knew very well that his coming over here should give a warning note to Ravan and his entire Lanka people. And what was the warning he wanted to give? If one monkey can create so much devastation, Ravana, be ready. Lakhs of monkeys are going to come. Not lakhs, millions of monkeys are going to come. Just imagine if I can create so much of destruction, what all those monkeys together can create, because they were all none other than amshas or fragmental parts of demigods, devatas. Though they were really divine people. All were divine personalities. All were on the service of Lord. So this was the main, the foresight which Hanuman saw. And this was in his back of mind. Two things. One is playing a psychological warfare. I always call this a strategical strike. And last but not the least, studying the enemy in totality. Where are the hidden, weaponries? Where is the artillery? Where are the soldiers? How many soldiers are there? because he has killed hundreds of soldiers alone. One person itself has killed hundreds of soldiers. And Akshay Kumar was also killed one of so many ministers' sons, and one of Ravana's sons also. So this is very important. And then once all this was over, there was a small incident where Meghnad, Indrajit, the son of Ravana, ties him in a Brahmastra. As per the blessings what Hanuman had received earlier, no weapon or any celestial weapon can ever affect Hanuman. But since it was grandfather, great grandsire Ramaji's weapon, Brahmastra, pay respect to it and to use this as a medium to get the audience of Ravana so that he can give the message, the warning bell to Ravana. He allowed himself to be captured in the Brahmastra, which within a few minutes became powerless. But he used that as a means to go to Ravan. नहीं तो रावण के पास कौन लेके जाएगा? If you don't create some rucksack, you won't come into limelight in the newspaper. Many people do many nonsense, foolish activities, giving hawks bomb scare and all that, or doing some foolish activity they do just to come into newspaper, just to become known in the people. And Hanuman used this technique much before in Treta Yuga itself, where he says, if I don't kill so many people, Ravan will not invite me. You will ask the secretary to look after it. Chota bandar ke liye maine baitha hu. You only talk to him. But he, after creating so much of devastation, after killing one of his son, then only Ravana would ever think of calling Hanuman to his court. And there, when Hanuman went, of course, you all know the story where his tail was tied with oil fiber, and finally burnt. And then with roaring, he burnt off the entire Lanka, jumping from one end to another. And what would the world say? Did Hanuman burn Lanka? No. उसने तो मंकी के पूंछ में आग लगाया था. बंदर करेगा क्या? इधर उधर कूद रहा था. It was jumping from one house to another house, and the houses caught fire. So he did not directly do the destruction, but indirectly he was the cause of the entire destruction of Lanka. Then after finishing that, he went, extinguished his tail in the water, sea water. And then for a split second, he had a thought. अरे कहीं मैंने गलती से ये आग लगाते वक्त कहीं सीता माता को भी आग नहीं लग गया हो? She should not be burnt. Immediately he gets afraid. He realizes when he goes up and he sees the Ashok Vatika, there Sita Maiya is safe. He says, thank God, she's safe. And then he realizes, oh, how can she burn? It was she who had prayed to Agni Devata that please let this fire not burn my son's tail. The word used over here is she had called Hanuman in the Sundarkand as son, Putra. And just for this one reason, I mean, most of you all must not be knowing, how many of you have gone to Ayodhya? कितने लोग गए हैं अयोध्या? और अयोध्या में there is one place called Hanuman Gaddi. Hanuman Gaddi बोल के एक जगह है. That is the place where after the entire war and all was over and Ramchandra ji had come back with Sita, Bharat, Lakshman and all that, everything was done. Ram coronated Hanuman. Why? Sita had accepted Hanuman as son. बेटा मान लिया था. अब बाप राजा अपना राजगद्दी किसको देगा? किसको? बेटे को देगा. So in Hanuman Gaddi is a place where Hanuman is sitting on the throne and Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman are standing behind. Sorry, Ram, Lakshman, Sita and Bharat, they are all Shatrugna, they are all standing behind. And Hanuman is sitting on a throne and it's so dark, अगर आपको मैंने बताया नहीं होता तो आप लोग अगर जाओगे तो भी दिखेगा नहीं पीछे, आपको मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा राम, लक्ष्मण, सीता, भरत और शत्रुघ्न पीछे खड़े. Please, next time when you all go, please remember and visit this place. Beautiful place. So that's the place where She blesses, you are my son, you have come as a son and done the service to me. Finally, Hanuman jumps back, reaches his team, tells his teammate, yes, I have seen Sita, tell me, or I have confirmed news, I've seen Sita. All the monkeys were happy, started jumping a typical monkey way, and they said, let's report to Ramchandraji. And they were all excited. Monkeys' excitement is always dangerous. They don't know. Monkeys, as it is, don't know what to do. And when they are excited, they still further don't understand what to do. They all jumped within a few hours. That very same day, they reached Kishkinda. Now you will say, sir, logic nahi baith raha hai. They took almost 1 month to reach Kishkinda, and while coming back, they are coming back so fast. See, already in Sundarakand, we have mentioned all monkeys could jump 20 ojans, 30 ojans, 40 ojans. Angad, in fact, could jump up to 100 ojans, but only thing is, he was afraid that he could not come back. So all monkeys were capable of huge leaps. So with that speed and excitement, and with the news, with the confirmed news, they all jumped very fast, and that very same one day, they reached Kishkinda. On the way, there is a beautiful place called Madhuvan, very close to Malyavan. There is a place called Madhuvan. This was a private forest resort of Sugriv, where best quality honey was available, specially bred for him. जैसे कोई राजा का मैंगोस का ऑर्चर्ड्स होता है, इसका हनी का ऑर्चर्ड था. These monkeys entered that, and बिंदास सब हनी को तोड़ तोड़ के खा रहे हैं, enjoying, creating rucksack. And immediately the caretaker came running and told Sugriva, your entire orchard which we have kept, your garden which we have kept, is totally destroyed by monkeys of your own team. Sugriva was very happy. He started laughing and clapping. He said, this is good news. They have got Sita. Otherwise, they would not dare to do this to my garden. They can only do this because they are happy to get this news of Sita being seen by that team. And that's how they come back and report to Lord Chandraji. So at this point,